Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Serenity Resource Connector. Whether you're joining us live on YouTube or Facebook, it is a pleasure to have you here. If you're watching the replay, always a pleasure to have you. If this is your first time joining us here on the Serenity Resource Connector, welcome. Stick with us as we continue to educate and empower. So we have started a second season, which means you missed an entire season in 2021. The list is there on YouTube. You can go back, hashtag Serenity Resource Connector to get access to the playlist. And we also had three previous episodes since 2022 where we talked about education financing at the higher education level, at the high school level, and at the early childhood education level. And we also launched a new series, the first monthly series on here on the Serenity Resource Connector, where we're going to be focusing on early childhood development in support of the program that's ongoing with the early childhood education, the early childhood commission rather. But for this evening, for this episode, we're going to be having conversation about heart for collaboration, reaping rewards. And that heart is the natural heart, as well as the heart NSTA Trust. So, my guest for this episode is none other than Dr. Sasha Shim-Hue, a justice of the peace, a proud mother. She's also
Yes.
a Governor General Achievement Awardee for the parish of Clarendon, motivational speaker, founder of Purposeful Push, joining
Yes.
us in her capacity as the Regional Director for Heart NSTA Trust. Welcome, Dr. Shim-Hue. It is a pleasure to have you joining me here in the virtual space.
Thank you so much for having me. The pleasure is indeed mine.
Awesome. Always vibrant. All right. So the regional director position is relatively new. Tell us a little about that. What has the journey been like since you have assumed the leadership, and which parishes do you cover? Because it's not just Clarendon.
Not at all. The regional director position to heart is not actually new. A couple of years ago, we had that position. Then the
Mhm.
position became redundant. And they say old time sing thing come back
Come
again.
back again,
And
indeed.
then yes, the organization, when it merged in 2019 with some other entities, Jamaica Foundation for Lifelong Learning, the Apprenticeship Board, and the National Youth Service, pivoted and they had a look at the structure and how it is that we could be more inclusive as an organization, more compact, more efficient, more productive. And one of the new spins on the organization was to revitalize, re-implement the regional director position. And I applied, interviewed, and through God's blessings, here I am today. You are correct. My
Congratulations.
response. Thank you. Thank you so much. I am indeed humbled and blessed. My responsibilities do not span Clarendon alone. I have responsibilities for Clarendon and St. Catherine. So, all the institutions, parish offices, anything that Heart NSTA Trust is a part of in those two parishes come under my supervision. But I have some able parish managers that are doing big things. So I serve the people and I serve them. They make me look good.
Wow, because indeed it has to be teamwork because Clarendon, as well as St. Catherine, are two large parishes in terms of
Indeed.
the demographics and the layout too. So
Yes.
they say teamwork makes the dream work.
That's it. Right there. You hit the nail on the head. That's
Yeah,
my favorite thing. Yes.
indeed. And we're talking about collaboration because,
Yes.
especially in these times, I believe it's extremely important. But what's a typical day like in the life of a regional director?
Wow, that's an excellent question. This regional director is one who is quite involved and on the ground. So it really starts pretty early and ends very late. It's about touching bases with my team leaders, ensuring that things are running as they should at the various parish offices and institutions, and that our community involvement, as you mentioned, the partnership is really efficient. It's running how we want it to run, and we're making quality impact. So it also involves responding to instructions, guidance, information from my supervisor. And I have to pause here just to bring greetings on her behalf, Kenisha Campbell. She's the acting deputy managing director, and she really guides and supports in all our ventures. I say our because all the regional directors can speak true to her involvement in our day-to-day quality performance. So it's really just ensuring that our mission as an entity and vision that daily we are actually capitalizing on it, we are implementing it, we are making the impact that we say we are about making.
Wow. That's there we go again. Teamwork, communication,
Teamwork.
very
Yes, yes.
important. All right. But even though we're talking about collaboration, before we even get to collaboration, what are some of the hurdles that you had to overcome when you took over that awesome position of regional director?
Uh, I laugh because you said had to overcome. And the truth is that I am still overcoming the hurdles. Whilst I would have been in leadership in heart as deputy manager and then, manager of the assessment center that was recently started a couple years ago, and I would have also acted in leadership positions. Taking on the leadership of a region is an animal in and of itself. And then being a female, and whilst I have four other female regional directors and one male, and I salute them all tonight. Really, it's about people appreciating and respecting what you bring to the table. It's about even supervising men who, out of normal circumstances, would prefer to be led by another male. It is also being able to treat with the policies and ensure that I am operating within the remit of the policies of the organization, and also mentoring, coaching, empowering, dealing with personal issues. So every day it is a new opportunity, it's a new experience. And I believe that's the wonderful thing about Heart NSTA Trust. Learning never ends. Once you're a part of
That's
this
it.
great organization, you will learn something new. You are able to impart something new. So I believe I'm still learning. I'm still learning how to navigate the space, but I have great support. I even learn from the detractors. I learn from those who would prefer that I don't do well. But I have great support in my supervisor, my other regional directors, my supervisees, even my trainees. I learn from, and of course, I have to bring up my mother and my family always. That they are there to cushion the blows and help me navigate through those tight spaces and overcome the hurdles.
Awesome. Well said. Well said. Spoken like a true leader, because a leader really never stops learning. Because the moment you stop learning, that's where your effectiveness ends. So, really great. And I believe in that learning from those above and those beneath, because we have different thought patterns, and they're going to come up with some ideas. And all it needs is for you to actually pool thoughts, and you'll be able to come up with something brilliant. And as we go further into the conversation, then we're going to understand what that's all about. And I have on screen here Kenisha Campbell saying, "Good job. Thank you, Sasha. I'm
That's
taking
my
that here."
boss.
All right. So
I
it's a
told you
good
she's
thing that you're
supportive.
representing. Right.
Yes.
Yes, and I'm sure that Mommy Shim-Hue is there supporting as well. Hello,
Yes,
Lady Shim-Hue. Welcome to those who joined
definitely.
after we
Yes.
did the opening. Shalom to you, Brother Leslie. Great evening to you, Sister Maria. Thank you all for joining. And feel free to put in your comment. All right. It's a live show, but we make it interactive and engaging. All right. We appreciate you joining, and we have a lot more to get into. Right. So the challenges never end. And
Correct.
that's the reality. And that's what makes it fascinating. You get up each day and it's all about thinking about new strategies and how it is that you're going to work with your team to get it done. Because when you're serving people, which is what leadership is really about, actually about serving. Anyone else who thought otherwise, you got it wrong. Leadership is about service. It's serving those who are here.
That's right.
That's it.
Yes.
You're just a glorified server. All right. So
The servant.
strategies, yes, strategies to what are some of the strategies that you have used that you have adopted as a leader? Because each of us have different ways of dealing with things.
So I'll pick up a little bit where you left off, which is servanthood. And when you really focus on the fact that you are serving, it helps you to look beyond sometimes what you see on the surface and get to the root cause. My attitude towards my work is really rooted and grounded in our mission statement at Heart NSTA Trust. And that is to facilitate and ensure the development of human capital. And though it's a simple sentence, it's so potent, it's so profound, because it means that no one should be left behind. Even if you do not, if you're not at the age that we're able to serve you in a fulsome way, it's important for us still to provide you with some information, some guidance. So, as a leader, I see myself as a servant, which means that I am at the beck and call of those who I lead and work with. And by that, I mean that I must show up and show out for them. They must know that I am there. They must feel my presence. They must feel my support. And that means that I have to be dedicated to them and our mission. It's also important for me as a leader to be in the know. So I have to know what's going on so that I can provide guidance and support. And coupled with that is relevance. So I have to read a lot. I have to be informed. I have to be their voice of reason. And then I just have to be a champion for teamwork. I really have to
That's
understand
it.
that from the security guard to the office attendant to a middle manager to the concessionaire to everyone, they have a voice, and I must ensure that I am able to hear what it is that they have to say, and that their voice be felt and their feelings and their contribution. And finally, one of the strategies that I use really is prayer. And I say it everywhere that I go. I believe
Powerful.
it. I live it. I, I
Yes.
don't see myself as being more perfect than anyone else, but I know a God who is perfect in all his ways and all his things.
All his
And I
ways.
ensure that I take my plans, my strategies, my desires, my intention to the Lord for his guidance, for his direction. I don't always get it right, but once I listen to that voice and that gut feeling, 9 times out of 10, I get it right. So those are just some simple strategies that have worked for me. And I've always been open to new strategies based on the experiences of others.
Indeed. Very powerful. Simple but powerful. Simple but powerful. All right. Let's say in wisdom strategy. Prayer. That's right. That's where you get the wisdom from. All right. Because in these times, prayer has to be the engine. All right. You want to share with the viewers that we had to bust a prayer before we came on?
Yes. But of course, that is how we do it. Yeah, man, we prayed.
Yes,
And typically, whenever we engage you and I in anything, it's the foundation is always prayer. That's where we
yes,
start.
that's it. That is it. Right. And and that is one of the things too in terms of when it comes on to teamwork, dream making the dream work and all of that.
Work.
It's about how you treat others, and you shared that you value everyone regardless of the position, right? And regardless of the fact that you are serving males, females, just got to make it work, right? But let's talk about the teamwork with the partners in Clarendon through the interagency, starting with the
Yes.
interagency, that hub. Let's talk up to us about the journey since you
Okay,
have been a
great. So
part.
you and I are a part of the, yes. So you and I are a part of the Clarendon Inter Agency Network, a very vibrant entity, organization that seeks to merge all the business people, all the institutions of higher learning or impact in one space where collectively we are really able to take this parish by storm and just to transform one person at a time. And of course, that is in line with one of Heart NSTA Trust strategic pillars, which is partnership. And also, we want to branch out into another strategic pillar, which is youth development and lifelong learning. And through the partnerships with the Clarendon Inter Agency, we have been able to put on different community trainings with partnerships with the Social Development Commission. Our own Mayor Maraj has been very
Yeah.
instrumental in us going to underserved communities, even from where you sit as the president of the Clarendon Chamber of Commerce. You would have helped us to place trainees, as we call them, and not students, because it means that they're always in training,
That's it.
life training, and business training, entrepreneurship training, life skills training. So we believe in that partnership model where
All right. So we have a little technical challenge here, but I know that it will soon be sorted out. Thank you
the
for your
connection.
engagement so far. You are back. We're hearing you,
Yes,
Doc.
yes. Awesome. So the partnerships have allowed us as well to get into areas that under normal circumstances we would not necessarily have a foothold in. And COVID has also allowed us through the partnerships. We recently did an online sensitization session, and the National Housing Trust was able to come on and share with the young people the importance of home ownership. Because remember, our mandate, is to facilitate and ensure the development of human capital.
That's
That
it.
big mission cannot be done alone. And because of the impact, I can proudly say that we would have interacted since April alone to now with over 4,600 young people, individuals, I am telling you, based on partnerships with Social Development Commission, various members of parliament, various councillors, our own mayor, the Clarendon Chamber of Commerce, just to name a few, and business people far and wide. So really, teamwork has shown that it makes the dream work based on our ability to interact, connect, and reach others.
That's it. Because each organization have some target or something to meet, and I usually say the easiest way for you to meet your target is to really focus on building relationships, those collaborations, spend the energy. It takes time, but
Yes.
once you do that, then the work becomes lighter because it's no longer you chasing after, but you have, because this program, a number of persons who are connecting, it's not because of what any promotion really from my end, but it's because of the network. Because once we
Yes.
share it with the interagency network, then it reaches the different agencies. You go through the magistrate association, the justices of the peace come
Yes.
on and they do their thing. You share it
Yes.
with the different community development leaders, and they want to make sure that their communities are informed. And so that is how we're able, that is where the impact really happens, right? So
Most
even
definitely.
that's it. All right. All right. Some engagement going on here. Boss saying creating the ideal citizen worker. We are on the move in Clarendon. Indeed,
That's it.
indeed. All
Yes.
right. All right. And as she mentioned, lead. Tell us about
Yes.
that big, big thing that happened last year for Hard Clarendon through the collaborations in terms of
Well,
your in terms of the rewards that you were able to reap last year for the parish.
okay.
Or the surprise
Um,
in terms of the
I'm just
program.
so excited about that. I'm just so excited about that. Yes, so we have several community training interventions in Clarendon. In fact, Clarendon has the largest community training interventions for the Heart NSTA Trust. And it is because of how it is that we are situated, how it is that we span across the parish. What's important to note too is Clarendon has consistently, unfortunately, been one of those parishes that has a high level of crime rate. And that's why the Heart NSTA Trust has been very strategic in partnering, especially with the lay magistrate, the social development commissions, different community groups to get into communities. So one of our programs, our flagship programs that we would have adopted based on the merger with the National Youth Service arm is that of our Hope Summer program. And Clarendon got the largest number to place in the Heart NSTA Trust. And I tell you, without any apology, reservation, without any great difficulty, because of the partnerships, we were able to place all those persons. Now that program is significant because, thank you, it gives a bridge to what the world of
Yes.
work will be like. It allows persons 17 and older to be able, 17 to 29, and then 17 to 34 if you have a disability. It allows you as a high school student, current student, to be able also to get exposure to a field that you may have an interest in. And we could not do that alone. It's partnership that has caused that with pharmacies, national commercial banks, Scotia banks, Jamaica National, just to name a few. We have pharmacies that came on board. We had different entities, the parish council, you name it. We had entities that helped us, along with the member of parliaments and other citizen leaders, to get persons on. But it didn't stop there. We continued to ensure that we had different prior learning assessment initiatives in different companies. And prior learning assessment is actually catering to someone who has been working in a field 1 year or more. You're competent. You have the skill, but you're not certified. And Clarendon alone would have gone to every nook and cranny. You name it, they have been there. If it's not Hayes, it's Kellett, it's Buckner, it's Sanguinetti, it is different. Barracks Tabernacle, Brandon Hill, um, up by Effortville, you name it, Lionel Town. Tomorrow we are going to another community just to ensure that the message goes out, and all of this we have done with partnerships. But I want to just drill down a little bit, if you'll allow me. When I say
Certainly.
partnerships too, I hinted a little bit to the community training interventions. And some
Yeah.
of them, we have rural family support, we have Middlesex, we have Hazard Skills Training Center, we have Lionel Town Skills Training Center. We have so many opportunities for persons to just be formed, able to impact their community and themselves and the world in a better place. Our aim is for them to be better than they were before. And these community training interventions, based on a stipend that we provide, are able to carry out training that our regular institutions, maybe they're oversubscribed or they're just not in every community. So Heart NSTA Trust has been strategic by ensuring that we partner with churches, with community groups, community centers, leaders to carry out the training based on labor market need. So once you see us carrying out a training, it is because the labor market research says that this is an in-demand area, and we push it, we support, we monitor, we guide, we ensure that they get the same kind of exposure by a way of work experience and work study. The trainers go on industry furlough, so it's not a watered down training in the community. It is still held to the same standard that the regular Heart Trust institutions, the over 25 that we have that are really owned by Heart, they get the same kind of standard. And we couldn't do it without the community. We couldn't do it without persons like you who help and promote and guide, and you are an ambassador for Heart NSTA Trust.
Anything to do with development, I'm there.
Yes.
Right. Really, really awesome. And even this morning, there was a collaborative initiative, a community training intervention
Yes.
taking place over in, was it Havana or Savannah? I keep mixing up both of them. One of
Yes,
those
yes,
communities, another
over in
partnership
Savannah.
there.
That's right. And the
Right.
member of parliament, of course, we would have approached the leaders in the community, because we are not for politics. We are for human capital development. So wherever the need is, we are there. Wherever the need is, we go, we support, and we don't necessarily even wait for an invitation. We find our way in and we build relationships and partnerships, and we get the job done.
Indeed. And if my memory serves me correctly, Hart was received an award from the Inter Agency Network a couple of years ago for the
Yes,
most
yes,
engaged entity in the network, which is really important because the network is there, but if you don't utilize the options that the network offers you, you won't be able to reap the reward, which is what Heart is doing, because every Panak Heart is there. I don't know how they do it,
that's
but
right.
whatever engagement, and the team has led a number of the intervention for these different violence-prone communities in Clarendon. The
Yes,
When we talk about the when you have the men's engagement, you had a men's panel. Was it someone from your
yes,
team led that one? The children
yes.
group
Deepa Brown, yes, yes.
that's it.
Our
Uh,
violence committee, the subcommittee, I'm the chairperson for that violence prevention
right.
committee against women, young people, and men. Yes, and we also had an activity for the female International Men's Day. Zika Brown was the chairperson. Our recruitment officers also worked on both activities, because wherever we go, we make an impact. We are not just members, we are always active
That's
members, and
it.
Heart NSTA Trust has taught us that. Don't just fit in, stand out in a positive way. So we live that.
That's it. That's it. And once you are aligned with prayer, you know that you cannot be ordinary. You,
That's right.
that makes you
That's right.
extraordinary, right? And
That's
you
right.
are empowered for service, so you serve wherever you go, and it reaps its reward. It's
Yes.
a ongoing process, but it's
Yes.
in giving that we actually receive. And most times it's giving of your
That's
time.
right.
But sometimes people feel that you have to have money to actually know. Giving of your time, your expertise, and it builds that kind of network that will propel you at a speed. My bishop loves to say, at a speed unknown to man. That's what the network does. It helps you
That's right. You
to
are
move
correct.
at a faster
You
pace
are
than
correct.
yes. And this saying goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, then you
Go
have to work with others.
together. Yes. Go
Exactly.
together. Go
And that
together.
is
That's
how
right.
communities work.
Yes.
Togetherness. That's how you really create impact. Right. And outside of that, I must share too is that Hart was integrally involved in all five um, projects that was carried out between 2020 2021, the USAID funded project for those youth at risk. Because I remember
Yes.
um, the project that I led, Hart wasn't on the list at all, but they got drawn in along the way because
Yes.
the project was extended. So what happened is that you had students who are no longer students, but by the time the program ended, they would have left high school, and it was really a pivotal process for me for Serenity because it helped to show the gap because Hart was able to bridge a wide gap there for those who left high school. They weren't certain where they were going to go. As recent as last week, we had one of
Mm-hmm.
the participants from the program was connected with one of your career services officer, Kemisha Anderson Thomas, and the same day it moved so fast. All I did was make the call, schedule the appointment, send the date and time, and at the end of the session, she was connected with a program because they were able to identify what area she really
That's
wanted
right.
to go in, and she was signed up for a program right there. So Heart really has a heart for collaboration. And I tell you,
Most
even if
definitely.
they're not um, physically or virtually present in those meetings, all you have to do is send the request and they are actioned. So that
Yes.
explains.
And it's important to note, it's that there is a very large team, but there is a resourceful team in every parish office. Whilst we're speaking about Clarendon, I have to plug that you will get consistent response no matter where you go. Our managing director and deputy managing director in particular, because she directly supervises me, Kenisha Campbell, has made it her mission to standardize how we operate, the customer focus, the impact. And that's important because one of the major aspects of what we do is ensuring that you get the career guidance and the career support. So you may walk into any office, or we come to your community, or you call our number 8889 Heart, and we first thing we ask you is what your interest is first, and then we ensure that we find out your foundation, and then we make sure that we guide you along the way, because it is through getting information that you are able to make an informed decision, and that's important. It's very important that you are able to do that which needs to be done in order for you to be successful. And as a result of that, we provide the guidance. You spoke about the recruitment officers and their impact. And no matter what happens, you will, just by the
All right. Wow, quite a lot going on. We await Dr. Sasha Shim-Hue's return. We're talking with the regional manager for Heart NSTA Trust, and she covers Clarendon and St. Catherine. And let me take this time to acknowledge all who are on live and those who are watching the replay. Thank you for joining us. Kenisha Campbell, they're from Heart, and Sir Thompson. I trust that Doc will be back on shortly to answer your question about plans for Longville Park community. And here she comes.
I'm back.
Yes,
Technology sometimes. But
that's
I
all right.
apologize for that. But I'm saying our team has been cultured to be agile, to be responsive, to ensure that no matter how small the interaction is, whomever we interact with leaves with information, leaves empowered, leaves at a space where they want to take on any skill that their heart desires. And pun intended when I say heart, because we believe the
Exactly.
organization was not wrongly named at all. We
That's
believe in
it.
it. I see someone asking any plan for Longville Park. And the
Yes.
truth is, Longville Park is one of the communities that we have had several interventions with, a very vibrant community group. We have had a lot of prior learning assessments. However, if you have a need that somehow has not been filled, you can make contact. I'm sure Winsome will share my number and my email
Sure.
address, and you can make contact and we see how best we can fill that need. Because Winsome, we believe at Heart NSTA Trust that skills pay the bills. And we can't do it alone.
Right.
We believe that 100%.
Yes, and there you go. The team at work, Zico Brown, is in the virtual house. Welcome, Sir Brown. Let's
Hardworking
go.
parish manager. This is his parish. I am serving
Yes.
Zico. Zico is the parish manager. I serve him.
Oh, yes. All right. Awesome. Uh, all right. So T will surely do. You're welcome. Right. So I'll put the contact details once the feed ends. I'll put it on the YouTube page so you're able to see how to make contact with Dr. Shim-Hue. Right. If you don't get her when you call her, send her a message and she'll be responding. Sometimes,
Definitely.
yes, at some late time because she has a long day.
But I definitely will
Definitely
respond.
respond. Yes, very very responsive team. I must
Thank
tell
you.
you, very responsive, and always seeking to support the different community initiatives. Your church group, if you want to engage, because I'm sure we had you on
Yes.
at our local church, yes, to engage with the
Yes.
young, right? So yes, so for the church groups, community groups, reach out and get the information because that's it. We need to have the information so we can make more informed decisions, more informed choices, right? This is not the time to be going into career areas and spending money to go to university and do something and you find out that that's not what you really wanted to do. That's We don't have time for that. We ought to be using the resources that we have. Go to heart, let them assist you in doing that assessment to see what career path is best suited for you so that it can
Indeed.
help you to speed up your progress and manage the funds so that you can invest in other areas,
That's right.
right? That's it. All
That's
right.
so true.
Yes. So if you have any other questions for those who are live, please go ahead and ask your questions. All right. And Doc is share that in terms of the business community because I know that there are a number of businesses that each year they make allowance for the summer work program, which is the whole program. They make
Yes, that's indeed so.
right allowance for that, and I know that there have been a number of training and so on that you do to actually sensitize these businesses as well as to what role these young people are coming into play, because it's not that they are work ready, they're coming in because we need to mentor them, to guide them so that when they enter the working environment they would have had a head start in terms of how to operate in the working environment, workspace, because they can't get experience unless we assist them in getting those experiences, eh? Because a number
You
of
are
jobs they
correct.
want experience. So
They
yes,
want 3 to 5 years
three to
experience
five
when you're
years,
just leaving university. Yes, you are correct. And at this point, I really want to pause and thank our 3% contributors. Because of you, we are able to do what we do. Because of you, we are able to make the impact that we make. In fact, a colleague of mine, used the term that you are our shareholders because you have a big chunk of the pie as it relates to the human capital development. It is because of your input and your desire to keep on pouring into heart, why we are able to stand firm and to make an impact for us to be able to transform and to develop the ideal citizen worker. So I really want to pause to say thank you. We have been going into different organizations because we do have an aspect that deals with workforce development, where we go in and we offer training based on an interaction with our industry liaison officer, and where the needs are as it relates to training, upskilling, certification, because there are a lot of persons working in the industry, I think about 66%, who are not certified. And we want to ensure that as an entity, we get that to zero. So we meet you where you are, no matter the community, no matter where your business place is, no matter the day, no matter the time of day. We are agile, we are flexible, and we are ready. We have never wavered in our desire to work with the business community, because you have never wavered in ensuring that that 3% contribution is made. And I want to remind our business people that you are also able to get a waiver $500 off that 3% contribution
Yes.
for each trainee that you take. And I also want to use the opportunity to let you know that we really are revamping how we look at the different programs under the work-based training. Persons grew accustomed to the school leavers training opportunities, the registered apprenticeship, the graduate work experience, but we're putting them under one umbrella, and that is work-based training. Because whether you're an apprentice, whether you are a fresh person out of high school, whether you're a fresh person out of university, there are different levels that we can meet you at under the work-based training program. So I'm just using this opportunity to whet the appetite, to just bring it to your attention, so you're aware that that's where we are. We are moving with you. We are not moving ahead of you. We are not staggering behind. You made the comments based on our different stakeholders consultations, and as a result of that, we definitely have been able to. And I'm getting a little prompt and a reminder. I tell you about teamwork, And
Indeed.
we have adopted too, under again that merger, the high school diploma equivalency program, a legacy Jamaica foundation for lifelong learning. And let me tell you about this program. When you hear in heart, when we say about the adult education aspect, this is heart now treating with those persons who are not yet reading and writing at a level that they're comfortable. That's the basic level. And your intention may be just to be able to read your Bible, to be able to read a storybook. So the basic level is from grade 1 to 6. But let us say you want to get a little bit more technical. We have also the intermediate level. This is from first to third form, if you think about high school. And here under this program, we introduce you to CXCs, 5 CXCs: mathematics, English, human and social bio, EDPM, or information technology. And you are able to be exposed to these, and also you're able to sit these exams. Now this program is free of cost. Her traditionally has an administrative fee, not an academic fee or tuition, just a basic administrative fee. But for this program, it's free of cost. You just have to cover your CXC aspects of it, but
Okay.
everything else is free. Your assessment, and you're assessed at different levels. So in some, you can enter and exit at any level. So when I hear young people say that there are no opportunities, I am here to remind the business community, to remind everyone that is on the program tonight, that heart has an opportunity for every person 17 years and older. And there's no limit to the older. Once you're not in the coffin, we can treat with you. We are ready and willing. So now, traditionally, our parish offices had supervision for this program. And because we want to impact better, we're partnering, we're ensuring now that the institutions are the ones that will provide a greater level of support, because we want to reach you and impact you better. So how does partnership come in? Because it really takes platforms such as this, different church groups, community groups, to tell persons about this program. And we have satellites in almost every community. And a satellite is an arm where we are able to have an instructor present, teaching you the different programs. Heart covers the cost of these instructors in order for every person to have a fighting chance. And to have a fighting chance, you must be able to read and write at least at a basic level. But win some, and not
Right?
finish with it yet. We
Go
also
on.
have our mentorship program, partnership again, and Clarendon and all our other parishes. We have been really getting some mentors on board. And win some, aren't you a mentor?
I'm a
Aren't you
trained
a
mentor,
registered
yes.
and trained mentor? Yes. Because we believe that, remember, we are developing the ideal citizen worker. And sometimes that citizen worker has some internal issues that we need our partners to help us, to help them to navigate through, because we can't do it alone. We need great examples. So partnership again.
That's it. Very powerful, very powerful. And it's partnership at every level.
Yes.
Because and it's the culture too, that's the important thing. The organization, because what is being demonstrated here tonight, your manager is here with you and she's supporting you. We have your parish manager as well. So
Yes.
from all angles, so you've seen it being displayed right
Most
here on the Serenity
definitely.
Resource Connector. And I know based on my engagement that this is not just a show. This is what
Oh,
happens.
thank you. Thank you
This is
so
what
much.
yes, this is what happens at heart, right? It's really a lot in terms of the work that needs to be done, the communities to be engaged, but a lot more is being done now. And
Indeed.
all it takes is for more people working together, because that's how we're going to get it done. It's not pointing
Yes.
fingers to say what is not being done, but how can I be a part of the change? If it means that I'm leading a youth group at my church or in my community and I see where there's a need, it's about connecting and reaching out to get the support that is required. Each one help
Indeed.
one. All right, my
Indeed.
namesake, Justice Gregory. Good night. Justice Gregory said in a good going, Sasha.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about. So we have the representation here is really powerful between Clarendon and St. Catherine. If there
Yes.
if there are any other parishes that's here live with us, please say something. I don't want to leave you out, but I can recognize Miss Campbell is from where? Kingston?
Miss Campbell is heart. Heart.
All
There is no
island.
special place. Miss Campbell is heart. So she represents every single parish
All right.
region. Yes.
So all parishes are being represented here, which
Yes.
is awesome. Because I usually say from the get-go of the program that when these government entities come on, service providers, it is not limited to any one or two parishes. The service is accessible across the island, right?
Most
And even if
definitely.
you're connecting from overseas, whatever country you're connecting from, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to identify some, it might be a different name, but some resource in your territory that you can benefit from as well.
Yes.
So we're just
And may
providing
I
you some
win
some
some?
guidance. Go ahead. Doc.
I just want to remind also our employers, key shareholders online, that we do also have placement services, whether you're a Heart graduate or not, Heart, non-Heart, and you want employment support. We provide that through our parish offices. We help you to put together your resumes. We do interview preparation, all of that, dressing for success. We ensure that no stone is left behind. And I really wanted to speak to that, as well as to plug. You mentioned a little bit earlier the expectation of our employers. And I believe sometimes it's because of not having all the information. So now I would love just to share the different levels and what they mean. So our level one means that this person is directly supervised, a directly supervised worker. So if somebody has a level one certificate, they're not an expert, they're not a supervisor, they're an entry level, to use another word, basic level, but they have been certified at that level. Then you have your level two, the supervised skill worker. So they're a leg up from the basic level, but they still need to be supervised. Then we have our level three. This person is a supervisor, and level three equates to a diploma. So they can stand on their own. They have enough knowledge, practical experience, internship, hands-on to stand alone. And then we have our level four, seen as more like a middle manager type
Right.
person. Then our level five, a manager. And we have level six as well. Many persons don't know this is a specialist.
Okay.
And then a level seven, yes, we have level seven, and we also have level eight. And the level seven is a specialist, multidiscipline. And then the level eight is specialist. This person is a straight specialist in their field. So we have basic levels. So we are also, I am making an appeal. I tend to say we because, of course, I speak on behalf of
Oh,
the
yes,
organization.
that's right.
There are a lot of instance. We want to make an appeal to persons. We encourage you to get certified. I am not wearing my shirt because it is the nice thing to do or because I am a part of this activity tonight. I wear my shirt because of pride of place. I honestly believe in what it is that we have to offer. And I want to encourage you, whether you are a PhD holder or not, I have several Heart NSTA Trust certificates because I think it's important that I lead from a place of understanding. How can I serve my trainees if I don't understand what they had to go through to be certified? How can I say to my immediate supervisees that this is a brand worth investing in and promoting if I have never done a program in heart? So I want to tell you, no matter your qualifications, I want to encourage you to sign on to one of our programs. Give us a call, 87699 Heart, and you can get tapped into any location. Look at it, one number, 87699 Heart, and we'll provide you with the information. We will set you on the path of growth and development, and you will have pride of place in the development of the human capital.
Indeed. That's very, very important point you made there because what I realize is that there are times when we do not get what we want because we're asking the wrong questions. So, if it is that the employers know that there are different levels, they know what position they need to fill, so they'll be able to ask more informed question. Do you have any level three person on
There
record?
you
So it's
go.
not a level two. I'm looking for a level three or a level four. So we're talking the same language, right? So that's really important. And I recognize too that a number of your officers have actually gone through the heart system, so not
Yes.
just to work there and get certified, they
Yes.
actually were hard trainees at one or some point or
Correct.
the other.
Yes.
And it's that is really powerful when they have gone through, so they understand some of the challenges that some of these young people would have coming in. And so there's much more empathy from a
Correct.
place of understanding, so they can
There you
actually
go.
help you, right,
Yes.
navigate, right. And it's really amazing too because some years ago I was asked to, before the merger, to do one of those customer service session for the Hope, and I spent just maybe less than 2 hours in the space, and I
There you go.
I went to a couple business places and I hear, hi
Mhm.
miss, and I'm like, oh, you were the one that was at you were the one at what did the trade customer service training.
Mhm.
I said, I was in the batch. Someone heard my voice and said, oh, I know that voice. Just
That's
like that.
right.
Yes,
Yes.
that's what
Yes.
these young people really want. People to actually show concern and care, right?
Yes,
Yes, that's it. Because we have gone through
that's it.
different experiences and it's about how we can help each other. All right. Thank you, Mrs. Thomas. Right. Serenity Resource Connector is indeed a blessing to our young people. Thank you so much. So many things that our teens are not knowledgeable of. But now, with your help, each one reach one indeed. And that's what it's all about. Each one reaching
Reach
one.
one.
And
Mhm.
that's it. All right. It's a teamwork. All right. So Maria Tomlin is asking, is there any financial assistance for graduates who are interested in starting a small business? Talk it up, Don.
Listen to me, Maria.
Talk
You
up, Don.
have preempted me because I was just waiting for when some. Definitely, we have a grant funding. Now, if you're a graduate, the institution that you graduated from, you can make contact and we provide you with coaching to put together your business plan, and we make representation on your behalf. It is viewed, vetted, and let me tell you, Maria, I have no doubt that you will be one of the persons selected, because remember, our training is not just for persons to gain employment but also for entrepreneurship. So yes, we have grant funding opportunities. And Maria, when it is that Winsome shares my number, we can have some more discussion, because that is a major mandate of this organization at this time. Several $1 million has been earmarked in order to support graduates and also business people are
Yeah.
able to get through with opportunities for their small businesses. We also have incubator programs at various institutions for current trainees and graduates. So let me tell you what that is in a nutshell quickly. So you have a business idea, and based on the institution you used to attend, they will provide you with the support, resources, and everything you need to set up yourself right there. The guidance, financial support, office space, resources, depending on the kind of business that you have. And we are there with you for 14 months. Expert guidance, coaching, financial investment. So all the startup resources you are able to get. We also partner with REAP, which is an arm of the Jamaica 4-H, the Rural Youth Employment Entrepreneurship Employment Program. And we have invested a lot of financial resources in persons acquiring their own land and doing their business, young people and not so young people. So excellent question, Maria. I was just waiting on the opportunity to chime back in with that, because
Oh,
there's
yes.
so much to say.
And we did an entire episode on that. So it's in episode 1. So if you
Yes,
go in that playlist, it's there. An entire episode was done on the entrepreneurship program with Heart. So
yes.
just you can go on and you can get some additional information there. Detailed information was provided on that one. All right. So Ireland Grant, where can we go to do level 3 in early childhood program? I would like to know where in Mapen it can be done and the certificate obtained without any problems.
Okay,
Done.
so for the level 3 rural family support, seeing that you said Maypen, the rural family support offers that. That's near the police station, right in the center of the town. They offer that as well. Because you said Maypen, I'm just zooming into Maypen town in particular. However, there are other community training interventions in Lionel Town, in Four Parts, that offers the early childhood levels 2 and 3 as well. And remember, it's important for you to get the foundation. So the level 2 is important, and then you're able to matriculate into the level 3. If you're also somebody who is working in the field of early childhood currently, you are able to do what is called the one-shot assessment. Once again, if you go to the Rural Family Support or you call 87699 Heart, we'll be able to provide you with some more information as it relates to being certified in that area. There are some requirements, of course. I said conditions apply, but just some requirements to show that you're actually working in the field, etc., and interview to see the areas that you are competent in, and so on. But most definitely, Rural Family Support is a community training intervention in Maypen. But Garmex Academy in Kingston offers it as well. Old Harbor Vocational Training Center offers it as well. Just to give you some options, just in case you migrate out of Clarendon.
Right. And rural family support is more popularly known as RUFAMSO in
So
Maypen.
yes,
So just in case, is that the partnership with Early Childhood Commission, Doc?
yes,
Is that the
yes,
program?
yes.
Right. Because we
They
had
are,
them
so most
on last
definitely.
week, but we did
Yes,
not go in details as it relates to where
yes.
exactly. Right. All right. Okay, Doc, tread this path. My beautiful sister said, what a passionate guest. Oh, she
Oh,
is.
thank you. I have a lot of heart in heart.
Yes, and this topic was very intentional, hard for collaboration. It's not just the institution, but Dr. Sasha Shim-Hue has a heart for collaboration. So that was very intentional.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Awesome, Doug. All right. So we are right on the 1 hour mark. And we're definitely gonna have to have you back on because I know you haven't even scratched the surface as yet.
Not at all.
Yes. So any final thoughts as we wrap up?
Most definitely. I really want to tell you thank you for this opportunity to present in another way Heart NSTA Trust. And we are here to serve. I want to thank the business community. I want to thank the community members. I want to thank Heart and the leadership and the vision of our ministers and the leadership and the vision of those who every day come together to see how best we can have this nation transformed and that Vision 2030 can really be materialized. Skills pay the bills. You no longer have an excuse. Heart is willing and able to take you, to transform you, to invest in you, not just for Jamaica, but for the world, to facilitate and ensure the development of human capital. That's what we are about at Heart.
Oh, well said. And heart is in the heart of every community across Jamaica. Let me make that plug. I just love
That's
that one.
right.
Heart in the heart of the communities. Yeah, heart and community dear to me. All right, so that's it for this episode of the Serenity Resource Connector, the passionate Dr. Sasha Shim-Hue, Justice
Thank
of the
you.
Peace, mother, and so many hats, right? And you can connect with her on our social, Dr. Sasha Shim-Hue. Did I get it
Yes.
right? All
You
right.
did, you did.
Okay. Or you can go search for A Purposeful Push. She
Of
does these
purpose.
awesome
On Instagram,
on
yes.
Instagram weekly videos to empower. So check her out, go connect. I will put the details on the YouTube so you can go back there and see how you can connect with Dr. Sasha Shim-Hue. Send your messages directly to her, give her a call, and she will be more than happy to serve you because service is in our bloodline.
That's right.
Awesome. All right, let's take some of the. All right, excellent presentation. You go, Doc. Lovely evening. I'm glad I joined. Awesome, Miss Anson. Thank
Thank
you. All right, Alicia will be happy that you joined. Contagious indeed.
Thank you.
All right, so that's a wrap for this week, and you don't want to miss next week. Something exciting coming up for next week. So we are all right. You are most welcome. Most welcome. Right. So whenever I spot the opportunities, whether I know the individuals or not, I reach out, make the connection, and we are bringing them right here on the Serenity Resource Connector because we are on a mission to educate and empower. Thank you all for joining the mission. For those who have been sharing, sending your commendations. I thank you so much. But of course, this is bigger than Winsome. So thank you for being a part of the Serenity Resource Connector family. Thank you. Continue to stay safe. And we will catch you same time, same place next week, God's willing. All right. Have a great one. Uh, awesome, Doc. Thank you so much.
You